Good morning, Misty.
Is that your Vincent Price voice?
Oh, no, that was my spooky Halloween week voice.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You shock like that all the time.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ike.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday to ya.
Happy Monday.
Today's episode is about
Chucky Dolls.
the Chucky Dolls and the Child's Play franchise.
Happy National Chucky Doll Day.
National Chucky Doll Day. If you're not familiar with Chucky Dolls, that it was you're about to find out.
You are.
Right after this.
Are we ready to begin? Good morning! My name is Misty. Come on, Ike, it's time. We would be honored if you would join us. The greatest adventure of all time. We just become best friends, yeah? Come on, let's do the character. What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, Chucky Dolls.
Chucky Dolls.
Yep.
Let's tell people who Chucky is before we tell them why.
Chucky was the killer doll from the movie Child's Play.
Right.
Which they have actually made 8 movies
Wow.
of Child's Play. So there were 7 movies, and then there was a remake of the original.
And then Bride of Chucky.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the 7 movies.
Ah.
Yeah.
So Chucky's one of the 7 dwarfs.
Yes, clearly. Chucky is one of the 7 dwarfs. I was amazed to find out when I was Googling some things that today is National Chucky Doll Day. And I found that really weird that someone decided to make a National Chucky Doll Day. I mean, it was a very iconic horror film in the 80s, but
Indeed.
people apparently love it enough that they wanted to have a whole day of it.
When was this written? 2019. There was a recent Chucky reboot.
Yeah, that was the remake. It was in 2019. Yeah.
Oh.
So did you know that the Chucky doll was originally based on the Cabbage Patch doll craze?
I can see that. Oh, man, let me see if I can find... Okay, let me tell you this story, and let me see if I can find the doll in a second.
Okay.
So my next-door neighbor, and stop me if I've told this story on this show before. My next-door neighbor had, like, a Chucky-sized doll in next to the clock. They had a big... What do you call them? Grandfather clock?
Uh-huh.
And right in the corner next to it, Chucky-sized doll, red hair, blue suspenders, everything. And when they would go out of town...
What?
Yes. When they would go out
Why?
of town... It was just a doll. My next-door neighbor's mom liked to collect dolls. This one didn't fit in the case. He stood up on his own.
So it wasn't an actual Chucky doll.
No, but it was...
Okay.
I'm going to find it in a second. I'm going to Google it while you're giving the next fact.
Okay.
But I would go over there to feed their cat when he was out playing, like, travel soccer. And I swear, like, it would move. I swear it would move.
Of course it did.
Oh.
I mean, I don't doubt that even remotely. I
Yeah.
100% believe you. That is really creepy. So Cabbage Patch Kids were a big deal back then, and people would stand in line for hours, days to get Cabbage Patch Kids for their or the dolls for their kids. So what Don Mancini, who was the creator, he wanted to make a dark satire about how marketing affected children. So he was inspired by the Living Doll episode of The Twilight Zone, which featured an evil doll named Talkie Tina. Chucky's design is also clearly inspired by the My Buddy dolls that came out in 1985. So
It might have been a My Buddy.
yeah, those were a thing back
Look
then.
up My Buddy.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah. My buddies were creepy. Don't you remember the song? My buddy, my buddy and me. Yeah, they're real creepy.
It had to be. It had to be like this one, this red one,
Yuck.
or this blue one.
Yuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. Oh God, they're just terrifying.
And it would
looking.
just stand there.
Those are scarier looking to me than the actual Chucky doll.
See, that's the thing about the horror movie is that I think the movie would be scarier if they just grabbed a toy and they were like, let's make this toy evil.
Right.
Ugh.
Right.
Yuck.
So in the beginning, the movie was called Batteries Not Included.
That's hilarious.
Later, it was changed to Blood Buddy.
I could see some
Yeah.
trademark infringements there.
Yeah. The first script had a plot line about the doll having realistic flesh that could rip and bleed like a human. Children could then have to buy good guy bandages in order to fix and take care of their toy. Mancini had explained that the first idea was to have Andy accidentally cut his thumb, mixing his blood with Chucky's, which the original name was Buddy. This brought the doll to life and caused Chucky to attack people that Andy didn't like the mean babysitter or a teacher.
Yeah, I have that same thing, and now I'm going to find a new fact.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just, mine was saying the original draft of the script didn't feature a possessed doll, and you just clearly said that.
Yeah.
Chucky's name is a nod to 3 real-life killers.
What?
Yep.
I don't like that. Tell me
You
more.
can guess the first one, right? Charles Manson.
Right. Okay.
Though most people know the villainous doll is Chucky, the actual name of the soul possessing the doll is Charles Lee Ray. The name is perfect because it somehow manages to sound spooky and evil while also sounding like a completely normal name that anybody on your street could have. The reason it sounds both normal and terrifying is that it's a blend of 3 different serial killer names: Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, the sniper who assassinated JFK in 1963, and James Earl Ray, the man who assassinated Martin Luther King.
Oh, wow.
And Lee Harvey Oswald, not a serial killer.
No, not at all. And neither was the guy that killed
James Earl Ray.
Martin Luther King.
Not to be confused with James
a
Earl
murderer,
Jones.
but not a serial killer.
Right. Where are the editors for the internet?
So, the guy that directed Child's Play, Tom Holland, not to be confused with our current day Spidey, Tom Holland. So Tom Holland initially passed on the project, but eventually agreed to do the film. At the time, he was most known for directing Fright Night.
Ooh.
Before he signed on, however, there were other directors that they talked with. They talked with William Friedkin, who was the director of The Exorcist, as well as Irvin Kershner, who was the director of The Empire Strikes Back. What a different movie it would have been then. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a little enthralled by this next fact.
Okay, tell me then. I'm excited.
There's a disclaimer on one of the films that has to state that Britney Spears is not affiliated with the film in any way.
What?
Yeah. So there have been a lot of Child's Play movies over the years, and they all had wildly different tones. Though the first one was almost completely horror, they have veered into slapstick comedy and even pop culture satire at points, leading to things like this bizarre disclaimer. In all the commercials for Bride of Chucky, a message would play that Britney Spears knew nothing about the film and wasn't affiliated with it in any way, due to a scene where Chucky and his wife Tiffany blow up a car on the highway that was supposed to belong to the pop star, with everything from a Britney Spears license plate to a professional Britney lookalike in the driver's seat.
Whoa, they killed Britney?
Here's a picture.
Okay, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
They killed Britney. I never saw Bride of Chucky, so I don't...
It's the one I have seen.
Oh, that's odd.
It's super slapstick. It's not fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Right.
It's not scary.
It took 11 people to control Chucky, the doll.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So animatronics and CGI are used today, obviously. They were both just starting, and they were newer technologies when it was being filmed. So the majority of the scenes were filmed with an animatronic puppet, and it was not the easiest thing to use. It took 11 people to control him, with a different person handling each part of his body, to his legs and even his eyebrows. The special effects supervisor, Howard Berger, once recalled it took them 27 takes to just get Chucky to hit a button to electrocute a doctor.
Wow.
His aluminum fingers would often poke through the latex fingers, and then they would have to fix it and start over.
Yeah, you need a lot of patience when you're working with puppies, babies, animatronics, and water.
Yep.
You know he had a theme song?
No.
A ton of iconic horror films have had theme songs, like other
ones, yeah.
Well, I can't think of any because I don't watch them.
Right.
Such as New Year's Evil and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but they tend to only work when the tone of the movie is kind of campy and funny. The original Child's Play movie featured plenty of one-liners and jokes, but was actually really dark and scary. nothing like the self-aware comedy of the later installments. This meant that the original song, written as a theme song for the end credits of the movie, was scrapped, since it was just way too over the top for the film. No surprise, since it included lyrics like, "Chucky, Chucky, go away, you're too rowdy when you play."
That's super creepy.
It had a whole cheerleading chant section.
Like, I don't like that at all. It's too childlike.
I'm going to start doing it.
I don't like child chanting things.
Oh, when children
They're
whisper.
super creepy.
Here's the creepiest thing that you can do. Chucky, Chucky, go away.
You don't sound like a little kid, though.
Okay. Chucky, Chucky, go away. You're too rowdy when you play.
You still don't sound very much.
All right, you do it.
I'm just I'm not saying I can do it.
You can. No, you have a good kid voice.
Chucky, Chucky,
Ah!
go away. You're too rowdy when you play.
You sound like a witch.
So, you will like this. Speaking of voices. Do you know who Jessica Walter is?
Nope.
She passed away not very long ago.
R.I.P.
She
Jess.
was the mother in Arrested Development. Yeah? Now do you know who she is?
Oh, she passed?
She did.
Oh.
She was almost the voice of Chucky.
Really?
Yes.
Who was the voice of Chucky?
So the voice of Chucky was a guy named Brad Dourif. He voiced Chucky in every Child's Play movie to date, except for the 2019 remake, where he was replaced by Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill voiced Chucky in the remake.
Two things about Mark Hamill that you might not know. One, he was Luke Skywalker, so get on board.
Yeah.
Number two, he was the voice of Batman for a very long time in the animated series.
Huh?
And number three, he just played Burt Kreischer's dad in
Correct.
The Machine that comes out early 2022.
So, the voice of the demon in The Exorcist was voiced by Mercedes McCambridge. And Tom Holland, the director, was such a big fan of that, he wanted to go with a woman for the voice of Chucky. As he described it, I tried to use an electronic overlay on the voice, like a Robbie the Robot kind of thing, because that's how toys with sound chips worked. When it came time for Mancini to see the first cut, it was Jessica Walter's voice heard instead of Dourif's, and they decided to go with a male instead. So yeah, she almost was the voice of Chucky, along with the mother on Arrested Development.
Now, have you seen any of these films?
The Chuckies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like the first 3.
Why didn't Chucky kill the little kid? Like, he tried to kill the little kid like 100 times, right?
I don't think so.
And why isn't the kid scared of Chucky?
Because it's his doll. It's his buddy.
Huh.
It's his friend.
All right, well, check this out.
Yeah.
There was a plan for there to be thousands of Chuckies in the sequels.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Kinda like the
One
Gremlins.
creepy doll, voodoo possessed doll is enough.
Well, in the finale of one of the Child's Play movies, it takes place in a factory for good guy dolls where Chucky gets to hide amongst hundreds of other toys that look just like him. It's a brilliant setting for a horror movie scene since you never know what's around the next corner, but it ends when Chucky is defeated and melted down. The thing is, keen fans will notice that when Chucky is melted down, his body becomes parts of hundreds of other good guy dolls, all of which have the potential to become evil and possessed in their own right. The creator of the movie even admitted that was the plan, but they didn't have the budget in later sequels to make such an ambitious project happen, at least until the idea was repurposed later in the franchise. And here is a picture of the warehouse with all the evil Chucky dolls.
Nope.
Nope. Full nope.
Nope. Full nope. Full. So the director, Tom Holland, also, he's hugely known for his work in the horror genre. He had a couple of acting credits to his name. He appeared in Child's Play also. He had 2 cameo roles. One being the host of the Good Guys program, but you only hear his voice. Andy Barclay's dad isn't present in the movie, but a picture of his father can be briefly seen inside Karen's room and in Andy's room. The man in the photograph is Tom Holland, the director.
Okay.
Now, this is my last one because this one creeps me out more than anything.
Okay.
Okay? So they did a lot of Chucky with animatronics, but there was an actor who played Chucky for some of the more complex scenes in the movie.
Nope. Nope.
So, his name was Ed Gale. The little boy who played Andy, sister, was dressed up as Chucky to film a scene. She can be seen in the movie as Chucky when the killer doll is chasing Maggie down the hallway. It's unknown why she was chosen, but it was likely because Ed Gale was too big. He looked too big dressed as the doll running behind the actress. So they needed a little kid to do it. They needed a small person. And so, yeah, that photo is terrifying.
Yeah, we're going to leave it on that one.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
How old is that kid?
Little, like 3.
So they had multiples, because 3-year-olds can only work for 4.5 hours.
It was just her chasing one character down a hallway.
Yeah, but they had stand-ins and stuff.
That's why they had her.
Yeah, but there had to be multiple. Well, you know what?
This was the 80s.
Child labor laws.
I was going to say, things looked a lot different.
Way to go, California.
Anyways, woo! Chucky dolls.
Yeah.
Gross.
Chucky dolls. Check it out. All right, we're going to go. Oh, it's a whole week of this stuff. Okay.
It sure is.
Stay tuned tomorrow for more stuff.
Misty's favorite week of the year.
Ike's
Least favorite.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.